Hi everybody, this is a pick a card light language transmission. So there are the next 4 cards in the Ascension deck series. I will put links below to the other pick a cards related to the Ascension deck. They come from channeled paintings that I've done that contain light codes, and these messages will contain light language transmissions about the themes of the cards that enhance the codes, bring them up to date, and help you to receive them. So if you just look at the cards, pick which one feels right to you, that you're attracted to what it looks like. If that's too difficult, then you can go by the titles, and I will put the timestamps down below, so you can click on the timestamps to go straight to your card. It's also one that you can keep doing over and over again, and also you're welcome to watch the whole lot, although that might be a lot of light codes to integrate at once, but go by your own intuition on that. So it's cards 10, 11, 12 and 13 from the Ascension deck pack. And I've just added those videos on here in a pick a card sequence. So although it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the selection, they're cards 10, 11, 12 and 13. I hope that's not confusing for you. Enjoy. Hi everybody, this is a light language transmission in the Ascension deck series. This is card number 10. It's called Soul Purpose. This soul purpose represents alignment with your soul's purpose. The white peacock is spirit embodied and displayed proudly, held and moved easily by strong feet and legs. The peacock feels your grace and turns to face you, maneuvering with ease and grace to look you in the eye, his magnificent display moving with him, balanced and symmetrical even in movement. Hearts, in the feathers, are produced from his core and replace themselves like the cells of our body. He is the source of divine love. The guidance, if you pick this card or this painter chose this image for your environment, you're reminded to bring your spirit into every aspect of your life. By doing this, you're aligning and embodying your soul's purpose. The gift of spiritual progression comes with a responsibility that can feel heavy and much bigger than us, as the peacock tail feathers are much bigger than he is. Ascension also comes with the ability to hold and balance our multidimensional bodies and process knowledge and energy from all these levels at once, as in truth we are one and all at the same time. It sometimes feels difficult to display our true self in its purity in situations where it may be judged or challenged, but it's these places that we especially need to hold our spiritual presence, and the places and the strength it gives us to meet any challenges that confront us. There is no competition, as that which is truly aligned to us will be drawn to us when we are aligned to our soul. That which is not drawn is simply not aligned, and therefore not in our highest good or in the highest good of others involved. So this card is connected to the alignment card, which is more about the lower dimensional aspects of ourselves, and the multidimensional aspects, but it's more about the structure. This is about a level deeper again. This is the soul level, the essence of us. And it's maybe less connected to this particular individuation, this particular lifetime, and it's more connected to our infinite being that's through all lifetimes. So the vibrational properties, if you are going to have this, if you're going to work with this card, have it in your environment or on your computer or something. or as part of your healing session will help you to remain aligned to your soul purpose and to hold yourself with your multidimensional gifts and knowledge proudly and strongly in this world. This is the final card of the pack and the apex of knowing yourself and holding your true self in alignment, drawing to you all that is in alignment with your soul purpose and ultimately right for the whole. You are lovingly moving with divine consciousness that flows through you and all of the universe. So there were 11 cards in that pack. I've reordered them, so this is number 10, and I'm extending the pack now. It's probably going to be about 33 or 44. I'm going to work through each one in sequence. Let's bring the light language and the activation through for this card now. So I'm really feeling, all of that divine essence, that soul presence, that soul purpose, already fully formed there. I'm just feeling it coming in through the feet, and grounding into this time-space reality for you. This lifetime, this individuation. Showing me the heart on the chest, so it's activating the heart to really access this. And the third eye to perceive it, to be guided by it and seeing the way forward and the vision forward that's coming from the soul. I'm seeing the soul star chakra now way above your head. In the image, it's the little coloured one at the top there. I'm seeing the DNA spiral. I'm seeing the 12-strand DNA activated. Saying something about 15, the 15th strand. They're showing me twin flames, and the merging of the DNA strands of the twin flames. So I'm seeing 2 DNA strands separately. I'm seeing at the higher aspects where there's 15 strands. So they're showing me the third energy. DNA spiral being the merging of those at the 15th strand. Okay, I'm feeling the energy of that come down through the midline and specifically into the Hara point, which is the Tantien, just near the navel. It's the point where we manifest into physical reality and manifest our higher guidance, our higher light, our higher desires into physical reality. And I'm definitely seeing twin flames here with this. Feeling a wave of light coming through, and it's coming in at the level of that Hara point, Tantien, and feeling it move through the lower half of the body, and anchoring through the physical vessel, the physical body. Seeing it going into the earth, and I'm seeing spirals, as you know, the Fibonacci spiral is the geometry that where divine light, divine intention gets created into physical form. So I'm seeing the creation into physical reality, this physical 3D reality in this time-space continuum. The here now, clearing the past, clearing what was, clearing the old 3D way of thinking, any experiences that we've had that are holding us in a 3D way of thinking, or old traumas, or just old expectations, and breaking out of that with divine inspiration from our soul, which sees beyond those things, and bringing in realities that are beyond those old realities, transforming to a higher level of functioning and a higher level of creating more love and more light in the world, into the grids, through the self, but if you're a twin flame, also through the twin flame merging. Onoko, seeing fertility. I'm seeing the creation of the new, the birthing of the new, the delivery of the new, the arrival of the new. Akatititaka, okoto, aka, takaka, ta. Oh, okay. That's it. So that is an activation. The artwork is an activation. So please receive that visually with an open heart. Let your eyes wander over that, and receive energetically and auditory through the sounds and the energy. Make sure you drink a lot of water. Listen to it as many times as you need to. And rest so that you can integrate that. Blessings, everybody. Hi, everybody. This is a light language transmission. It's in the Ascension deck series, and this is card number 11. That's called Freedom. Freedom represents the divinely guided break for freedom. The falcon is flying through a gorge. Tall, solid, rocky walls either side of him. The sky is stormy and the ocean rough and dark. He's been deep inland, somehow unable to see the open sky above him, and scared to fly high for fear of lightning and the darkness around him. As he decides to have freedom from his oppression, a divine golden ray touches him. As he accepts the help, his feathers turn golden and everything he passes turns to life. The sky clears, the rocks become covered in vegetation, and the ocean in front of him is visible. He is free, but his decision to be free, caused by his oppression, has caused him to be transformed forevermore by the divine light. So if you chose this card for your guidance, or chose to have this image in your environment, or to use, you may be stuck in a situation or frame of mind that feels like a prison. You can't break free, no matter what you do or how you reframe it. Set your intention to be free, like the falcon reaching the open ocean, and allow Spirit to take you there. Allow yourself to be touched by divine illumination and guided out into the open. Make sure you listen for the clues and follow them. Absolutely surrender to Spirit and trust that your attention is being acted on. Be grateful that this divine intervention is always available to you, and that these difficult circumstances enabled you to know this. Using this card in your healing session, or actively using it in your environment, will help you to break out of difficult situations or frame of mind where there seems to be no solution and nowhere to turn. It will help you to find your own divine light and guidance. Put it up in a place that represents a situation, or in a place where the situation is occurring. So the timing of this is really interesting, because we're having a super Scorpio full moon at the moment. Anytime you listen to this, it's relevant to you, but it's also the transmissions coming through at the time where it also harnesses the cosmic forces right now, And so I will link it to the reading I just did for the Scorpio full moon, which is very, very related to this one about breaking out of limitations. And the Scorpio full moon is very much about the undercurrent and what's holding us down from past experiences or mindsets, and really letting go of what's no longer relevant, not holding on to anything, so that we can actually be free and bring in the new and the better. So yeah, it's very relevant. So I will link that if you're interested in getting the codes from that reading as well, and the information. So the light language is coming through now. So what I'm seeing, if you look at the image with an open heart, be grounded and let your eyes wander over the image. And where we're going to now is the golden ray of light, the divine intervention coming down, turning the falcon gold as it does so, and showing, guiding the way through. I'm getting the emphasis on the illumination and the gold, and how it touches everything around it. Transforms everything around it to light, to abundance, to new life. Bright, I'm getting bright. And I'm getting the Fibonacci spiral, where energy transforms into physical manifestation, physical change. It's clearing the solar plexus and the throat, the chin. I'm feeling it clearing through some Atlantis traumas. From the fall of Atlantis, where things got out of balance in the scientific direction, the mind-driven direction, and the heart got neglected. So we're clearing through those traumas, we're reversing that. So it's the opposite of the fall of Atlantis. It's the rising back up to the golden era. Reversing the fall. Reversing the fall from the Garden of Eden also. So it's really still about receiving that golden energy into your physical body, receiving it into the cells of your body. If you just let your body know it's safe, that it's safe to receive this change, this transformation, you're not going to lose anything that you don't need. You're going to gain everything from this. It's bringing abundance, bringing fertility. Okay, so I'm seeing the beak and the eyes shift now. So I'm seeing like a little bit of fear of the open water and the open sky there, even though it's not stormy anymore. So it's just that fear of the unknown, that tentativeness, a lack of confidence of how you're going to be able to navigate the new. Yeah, okay, now the falcon's flying out into that open space confidently, and I feel an incredible expansion out in front, and I feel the cells of the body expanding as the falcon moves into that expanded situation, expand environment. Now I can feel the jaw expanding, the body expanding, and with that just joy coming in, joy and excitement, like a pioneering excitement at being free. Okay, so it's working all the way through to the base chakra now, so feeling like the legs expanding. Thrive. I'm getting the word thrive. Thriving instead of surviving. All the bones in the pelvis expanding. I feel the posture shifting to a really confident, safe posture. Seeing golden stars. Reaching for the stars, reaching for your desires, knowing you can have them, knowing you deserve them, knowing you're capable of attaining and sustaining them. Solar plexus really become golden now. Really seeing the feathers become golden. I'm just seeing gold, like that real golden gold. Like the metal gold. The heart golden. I'm seeing the golden heart. Okay, so that's it, everybody. So please listen to that several times. I really feel this one needs to be listened to several times, and just reminding your body it's safe to receive that, because it's very much about the physical level of receiving that into your physical body, into your heart, into your solar plexus, into your base. So each time just open yourself up, ground yourself and open yourself up to receive. Remind yourself it's safe. You'll receive a new layer of codes each time. And drink a lot of water and rest. Blessings, everyone. Hi everybody, this is a light language transmission. It's in the Ascension deck series, and this is card number 12. These cards are being they're artworks that have been channeled with light codes in them, and I'm making them into tarot cards to share the frequencies and the healing and the ascension energies. This is number 12. They've all been created over a period of time since 2007 until present. And they're just, the light language is going to upgrade them to current energies and assist you to integrate the energies from the paintings. So this one is, it's called abundance, but it's also like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is really the long name for it. It started out as a vision. The paintings come to me as visions, and they all have a story, and they all evolve and they grow like real beings do. I see the paintings as alive. So it started off as two young children standing on a bridge high above a valley with two cliff faces. And it started to rain. So they were meeting in the middle, because as children we do. The separation is not perceived in children. Children, everyone is safe and everyone's friendly, and you can connect at a more heartfelt level before you've learnt who's not safe and who to avoid and how people are different. And so in this vision, these two innocent children, I would say probably around 5 years old, were connecting on a bridge between two polarities. And it was a rainbow bridge. And suddenly it started to rain, but the water coming down, it wasn't water, it was light codes, but it came down as rain. And so as the light codes came in, it turned everything golden, including the children. And I watched these children grow up with these golden light codes in them, and everything around them golden. So the sun, the golden energy was coming through the great central sun. It was a golden, solar, abundant, higher conscious light codes coming in. To me, this represents the Ascension process and the upgrades that we've been constantly going through with the, higher photonic light coming in as well. So this rain rained down and everything became golden, and the couple became golden. And as they danced together, as they grew up separately, they were connected in the same way that the sunflower is connected. So we've got these sunflowers. See that the center of the sunflower is brown, like his coat, and the outside of the sunflower is golden, like her dress. And so as dancers, he is the center and the stem that's leading her. She is the petal. So as the stem moves in the wind, the petals obviously move with the stem. And they are one being. So it's not that he's in control and she's not. It's just that they are both two parts of a whole, and they move as one. So as they're dancing, they move as one. He may be leading in a sense, but really they're both following a divine flow that's moving through both of them, as they are both parts of a whole. And so they represent the sunflower. And the sunflower turns its head to follow the sun wherever the sun goes. And the rainbow represents unity of all the colours of the spectrum. And they span all colours of the spectrum. They are wholeness. And they dance together as one. Every movement is moving through them, and it's beyond consciousness. They're in their spirit. There's golden energy coming out her hands, her healing hands. Everything she touches turns to gold, and that is because of the connection between them as a whole. They are whole, they're balanced. You can see his arms holding around her waist. It's almost like a movement from him, connected and grounded, through her and out her hand, and out her hair into her environment, affecting all around her. So just them embodying the golden energy is them affecting everything around them as they are one with everything around them also, so it's also a singular process, a flow of energy through them into their environment. And the sunflowers also reflect that. So as the sun moves, the sunflowers move, and they are one with the sunflowers. So I hope you get the energy, the vibe and the meaning of that and the vision that came through. So that's kind of a conscious understanding of the codes associated with this painting. They also represent the twin flame couple, and my twin flame currently has this painting on his wall. As I was painting this, he posted a picture on Facebook of him in that position, walking past a poster full of sunflowers, and I was literally painting this painting with all the sunflowers and a man facing that direction in that stance. It blew my mind, the synchronicity. When I told him about it, he wanted to have the painting, so he has it. Let's bring. So another thing that's coming up is I feel guided to do the transmission for this painting and do the meaning behind it for the Ascension deck that's coming, is that part of the Ascension process is upgrades, and at the moment I'm getting a strong focus on the upgrade of the brain, especially the frontal lobe of the brain. I'm getting a lot of information about things like migraines and stroke and dementia, being, or forms of dementia kind of being cleaned up, being a thing of the past. So the healing of those as a collective in our DNA, and a shift out of living from a mental viewpoint, a strategic, logical viewpoint, and moving into a heart-centered way of living, a way of perceiving the world, a unity consciousness rather than a separation consciousness. So I fully expect those energies to come in during this transmission, and that's also reminding me that the sunflowers are like the heads of the flower, and their attention is to the sun, to the solar energies, to the golden energies, to the abundance matrix rather than the lack matrix. So if you just get yourself into a peaceful space, somewhere quiet where you can receive the energies, let your body know that it's safe to receive them. And I'm also being guided to tell you that as I painted this process, they started off as children. Then the rain actually came down. I drew the rain in, and the rain turned his coat golden, it turned her dress golden, and the rainbow was narrower and it became wider. It really went through an evolutionary process. See if I can find some photos of the process and put it in the video. But I really want you to receive the codes in the image. So let your eyes wander over the image, wherever they wander, and receive the codes into your physical body, into your energy field, and simultaneously allow the sound, the light language to come in. Being told it's going to really enhance the empathic centers, the compassionate centers, the telepathic communication centers. Focusing on the green ray, the one right in the center, which is like the heart chakra color, and how it's activating both their hearts. And interesting, when I was painting that, there was a really strong focus on that ray. And of course there's a lot of green in the sunflowers, and you can see it reflected down her dress as well. You can see the whole rainbow reflected on his coat and in her dress and on her skin and in her hair. Feeling the gold coming out her hands now with the heart activation. So I'm seeing the red ray now, the base chakra really grounding these high frequencies into the base chakra, the survival level. Clearing out poverty consciousness, lack consciousness, bringing in abundance consciousness. I'm seeing her nose, her smell senses. And so I'm getting a sense of the fragrances around her in an abundant world, and I'm feeling, and I feel this may also be Ascension symptoms, having more sensitive smell senses, and I'm seeing his I see a point at the back of his neck near his atlas, as he connects to his multi-dimensional aspects, star beingness, starts to get fed multi-dimensional realities. I'm seeing the purple and the magenta. I'm seeing the back of her sacral chakra at her lower back. I feel the Kundalini energy being activated, and the yellow solar plexus being released. Call the yellow ray, the optimism, the joy. Her third eye plus her sacral chakra. Heart really activating. High heart. You can see her high heart exposed there in that position with her head back. So the area between her throat and her heart, on her chest, like the thymus area, which is the desire to fulfill the life's purpose, and getting the vision into her third eye about how to go about that. She has her eyes closed, indicating a surrendered meditative state. His focus and attention is on her. Seeing the midnight blue representing the night sky, representing the mystery, the unknown, the unconscious, and our connections to our star heritage, our star homes, our higher knowledge, and how he's wearing that midnight blue in his trousers, and that is stabilizing him on the earth. I'm feeling his hands fill up with golden energy. All the cells of his body filling up with golden light. Akataka taka satoko boko toko toko chupo sakataka kataka toko sobotiti kataka toko asakata pataka toko boko soko potoko chupo sotoko potoko toko potoko chupo kotoko soko topo asakata kataka chupo koso toko potoki pataka chupo koso tika pataka chupo koto asakata pataka chupo koso potoko potoko ta asabata pataka boko koko topo koko sotoko chupo koko koko soko koko koko her heart, throat and voice activating. Her legs filling up with golden energy. Purple ray. I feel cycles shifting, karmic cycles clearing out. Anything low vibration and abundance clearing out. Feel the real activation of the cells, like a tingling of the cells of the body. Okay, and I feel his mouth activated, his physical mouth, in terms of now he can express what he sees in his third eye. That purple ray's really been activated in him. So I can see the divine masculine now being able to speak his truth. It's like now also he can see the divine feminine and the divine feminine within himself, and he can speak his truth about how he feels and what he sees in a way that he couldn't before. Ishakatako. So blessings everybody, please receive those energies well. Make sure you drink a lot of water and take time to rest. Anything that comes up physically or emotionally, allow it to come up with love, allow it to come into your consciousness and move out. Blessings everybody. Hi everybody, this is a light language transmission in the Ascension deck series. This is card number 13. It's called Dream Lover. It's about soul connections, specifically about the twin flame connection, and how you connect in your sleep. It's also about the individual light work that you do in your sleep, the journeys you go on, the experiences you're taking on, the 5D connections, the 5D experiences, the higher dimensional realities that you access, the portals you go through, and the connections you make. And this painting comes from that stage between sleeping and waking. So as you're coming back through the dimensions into 3D reality, into physical reality, and those feelings are still with you even if you can't consciously access them. You're body might be tingling. You might be able to feel where you've connected with another being and what you did. You might be able to feel that in your body. You might have even picked up from your twin or your counterpart anything going on in their body, in their physical body. You may be feeling that in your body. For example, if they've been drinking, you may feel drunk. You may find yourself detoxing their toxicity through your energy field because you've connected into a level of oneness. And the quantum physics between you means that you're processing that as a unit. And each time you move into these higher dimensions where you are one with your counterpart, or where you're doing your light work, working from your higher aspects, which is a whole different level of physics, you bring with you the light codes, and they bleed through into this reality. So you often come through tingling or elated, or often having a kundalini experience, feeling energy moving through you all day long, and you can feel how it affects everything around you and how this reality seems super real. Colours seem brighter. You have a stronger connection with nature and flowers. You're aware of the consciousness in all things. There are so many ways that bleed through is expressed, and people respond to you differently. You feel like you're glowing. Sometimes I've had children and babies and pets, have a really big response because they're more in their spirit, less in their mental thinking and their routines. I've had babies in the supermarket point at me and say, "Mummy, look." And mum's really embarrassed and doesn't know what to say. "Oh yes, she's got lovely long hair, hasn't she?" But I know what the child was seeing because I had just woken up from one of these experiences of my true self as it was still very present, sometimes for days. So I painted this after one of those experiences, and I woke up still in the in-between. I see that in-between as like a watery world. So I was laying under my covers. The covers felt fluid. They felt like the water. The whole reality felt fluid. It felt malleable. And I was aware of my true self as I was coming back into conscious awareness of the physical reality. So the love hearts in the sky represent the unity of your divine counterpart. The two birds in the sky flying together also represent that unity. So as she's waking up into physical reality, representing by the sand, she's coming back from the other realms, where she knows her mission, she knows what she's bringing, and coming back into separation out of unity, into a separate body, a separate physical body, even though she knows she's unified and that the world is made of energy and that it's malleable, and that it responds to her intentions and her energy. Akatokoko. So the light language wants to come through. So if you can just get yourself into a resting space, quiet space where you can let yourself drop into receptivity, allow your eyes to wander over the image wherever they feel drawn, receive the light codes from the image, and allow your ears and your being to receive the light codes through my voice. So being reminded that her hair is the same color of the sand, and that's no accident, because it's reflecting how she is actually in unity with 3D reality also. Though there are definitions between her and other physical structures, she still blends with them. She's still affecting them, they're affecting her. She's still one with those things, with everything around her. And as you are transitioning back from the 5D into the 3D, from sleep into awake, you are aware of how you are one with everything. You're more aware of signs and synchronicities and how instantaneously they are delivered in exactly perfect divine timing, and you're more in the present moment, so you're more able to notice them than when you're in your routine. Feeling a release of the solar plexus and the jaw, which is a place where you're holding. It's releasing the holding, moving into that fluidity and oneness with all that is. There's no need to hold, because the universe is benevolent and it's all divinely timed. There's no need to hold anything. Holding is holding yourself separate. And holding yourself separate is not trusting the unity, that all is as it's meant to be, and that you're being delivered where you're meant to be going, to have the experiences you've chosen to have. It's really a lot of work done on the holding and the controlling through the solar plexus and the diaphragm. And I'm feeling as if light codes are coming in, they're creating a wave, in the ocean coming from her, as she's releasing this holding. And then that's activating her throat, and of course the throat chakra is also blue, so her truth, her expression of her truth, of what she knows, of what she feels, of what she intuits, of what she brings through from the other dimensions. And as she brings that through from the other dimensions, it moves her hands. I can see her hands moving in divine flow, creating in divine flow, creating whatever she creates in her day-to-day life, creating with love, whether it's patting a cat or writing a letter or typing numbers into a phone or creating artworks, whatever she's doing. Her hands are representing the physical doing. It's being done with love, with higher consciousness and integrity and love. I'm getting overwhelmingly love, because our true nature is love. Our higher nature is love, divine love. She brings divine love into this reality. She is the portal of divine love. Akatitititi. Akatokokokoko. Akatitititi. And what she does with her hand is a true expression of her throat, which is her truth, her knowing. Seeing some light codes go down her spine. Seeing the unity, the two birds there in the sky. What's written in her heart becomes real in physical reality. As she aligns to what bleeds through from the higher dimensions, through her slumber, through her divine flow, through her trusting heart, through her loving intentions. Kataka kataka chokoko so tokbita kapatakapo asbati katopoko kotopochoboko asisi. That was some shifting of the frontal lobe of the brain, the ears, the clairaudient senses, the telepathy, the empathy. Bringing those ways of communicating from the higher dimensions into physical dimensions. I'm seeing footprints in the sand, representing that she is making an imprint with her love wherever she goes. It's visible. It's visible in physical reality in the changes that she makes through her light work. And I'm feeling incredible gratitude being expressed from the star beings, the guides and the angels for the hard work that she's doing in this physical dense reality. They understand how difficult separation is, and you're being congratulated. Atakapo ato. So on that note, I hope you can receive those energies well and really let the codes go into your body, tell your body it's safe. Drink a lot of water, rest, anything that comes up physically, emotionally, allow it to come up and come out. Observe it with love, let it move through. Blessings, everybody.